Good Saturday afternoon. This is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. I just want to give you a real quick update since I didn't get to a forecast yesterday. A quick update on how things are looking for Monday night into early Tuesday because we do have another severe threat. Appears to be a much better severe threat. So I'm going to take a quick look at it. It's just starting to come into some of the higher resolution model data. So I'll show you kind of what's there and give you my thoughts on it. So the Storm Prediction Center has much of Indiana, has all of Indiana in a severe risk for Monday night. Has Madison County in a slight risk with an enhanced risk back out into western Indiana and almost all of Illinois. Probably going to be a higher or moderate risk get put in out here probably either later today or maybe by tomorrow. They might wait and see how the setup is a little bit more before they do that. I also think, depending on timing and the positioning of a couple of surface lows, this enhanced risk, almost certainly this southern part of this will come farther east, but even up here, if the lows are a little bit farther north, we could end up in an enhanced risk for Monday night into Tuesday. We'll see how that plays out. I do think all this could be going to the east some. Again, probably almost certainly areas south of I-70 will probably, at least over to like Columbus, will probably get pulled into an enhanced risk. All modes of severe may be possible. Damaging winds and some tornadoes might be the bigger threats because of the positioning of things. A low pressure might be to our south that could spin winds up, from the southeast, kind of perpendicular to the advancing line, and that helps create spin. So again, this is still a couple of days out. We need to see how this all sets up. But I just wanted to make you aware that this is possible. Again, right now it's looking like it's going to be late Monday night into early Tuesday morning. For some reason, we keep getting these overnight severe threats. This is going to be yet another. So here's a look at the 12Z FV3 model. It's not going to go far enough out, but you can see out here in eastern Iowa, northwestern Illinois, there's a low pressure system sitting up here. So wherever this main low pressure system is, closer to it is where moderate risk of severe is almost certainly going to be posted. That's probably the moderate will probably be in Illinois. It's just a matter of how far to the northeast this low pressure gets before as the storms begin to initiate. You can see here's by 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. is as far out as this goes. By 8 p.m. Monday evening, it's got a pretty solid line of storms. A more solid helps reduce severe or reduce tornado risk, but you can kind of see this little embedded mezzo low right here. Doesn't mean this is going to happen, but that's a kind of thing we'll have to watch out for, even if this becomes a linear or quasi-linear storm. Sometimes along those, you can get these little mezzo lows that develop and create some localized spin. So even if this becomes a linear storm, we're still going to have to watch out possibly for some tornadoes. Again, just because of the spin potential. This is the FV3 model, but I want to show you the NAM3K because it's a lot different. So here's the NAM3K, and we back this up to 2 p.m., and it's got a pair of storm lines going. It's farther to the south, although this solution to me kind of doesn't make sense. It's got low pressure way back here in Iowa, but it's got this pair of lines developing. But watch what it does. This is 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and it starts to wash out this lead line and develop other just kind of patchy cells back in here closer to the low. That would be a very bad thing back here closer to this low. That gives the opportunity for larger tornadoes. So we don't really want to see this happen if you're back in eastern Iowa and northern Illinois. And then by 8 p.m. as it maxes out, it takes almost all of the severe activity to the south in several waves. I don't know that this is going to happen, but I did just want to show you that because it was so different. Last one I'm going to show you. as far as advancement of the line, this might be the one that's the closest, in my opinion. But even at that, it kind of doesn't make sense with the positioning of the low pressures. But again, as I always say, these are just models. I mainly just use them to give you visuals, and don't ever take them verbatim, especially as far out. But it's got the line advancing through Illinois. This is at 8 p.m. Monday. Look where it has this low pressure system way back here in eastern Minnesota. I don't think this is going to be the case, or there may be a low up here and then another low down here. I think we're going to be what we're going to be watching for is a low pressure system tracking through this area here. And if it's farther to the east, our severe threat comes to the east. If it's farther to the west, the severe threat goes farther to the west. Again, this is still a couple of days out, so we're not going to take anything verbatim. But let's zoom back in here. This is 8 p.m. Monday. Here's the advancement 9, 10, 11. See what it does? It develops another surface low right here. And that says something we would then be more concerned about this happening. You got the line advancing, starting to cross the state line around 10 to 11 p.m. Then it moves on across, but you see where it keeps this low pressure farther to the south down in southern Indiana. This is why I said I think at the southern part of Indiana, probably south of I-70, will almost certainly go to an enhanced risk of severe at some point, either later today or tomorrow, because this is, I think, the more realistic view. And you can see how these cells stay all kind of separated from each other. This creates more of a tornado threat. And again, this is south of I-70 as this model renders this out. But again, the position of this low pressure, whether it's here, back here, up here, is going to make a huge difference. So then we get into 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and then by 3 a.m., stuff's starting to advance out. This one keeps the majority of the tornadic threat to our south. Right now, I think that's probably pretty realistic. We will not be totally out of the woods for tornadoes up here. Again, we'll see how things position themselves tomorrow as the ingredients begin to come together a little bit better. But I just wanted to make you aware that sometime between 10 p.m. Monday night and 2 a.m. Tuesday morning, somewhere in that window, we'll be watching for some severe threat. As always, if I need to go live, I will, and I'll update you tomorrow as this becomes a little bit more clear. But again, I do think this is a much greater severe threat than what we had yesterday, which was pretty isolated. So this is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. I do want to thank those of you who have recently stepped up and donated to the page. I very much appreciate that. I want to thank Uranus Fudge for renewing their sponsorship with the page. That was a huge help, along with the community hospital. Several are. I really need to do a post for our page sponsors, because I very much appreciate those of you who are sponsoring the page, those of you who donate to the page, and those of you who are monthly subscribers. We've got a couple of new monthly subscribers. Thank you all so much. And please help keep supporting this page. Help me keep it going. The start of 2026 hadn't been very good financially, but hopefully we'll start to turn this corner. So this is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Have a great day.